Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch, back again with Nick. How is it going, Nick?
It's going good. It's going good. We're in February and it's the month of Valentine's Day and that bullshit.
I know. Do you have any Valentine's plans?
Nope.
No, no. Fuck that shit. I told you guys about my one Valentine's story about me trying to wear that lingerie. Oh, do you have any bad Valentine's stories that you want to share?
God. No. I've been lucky enough to be single on a lot of Valentine's and usually when I'm not it's nowhere near. So I was it's always been avoided. I've always ducked and weaved and dodged it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Lucky you.
I don't know, man. Yeah, jeez, I just don't care anymore. I just really don't. It's like it seems like it's a lot of undue pressure on the dude to try to make Valentine's just this like rom-com event of like the week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like you have to get the restaurant and the whatever else you're doing afterwards, going down and like the whole thing. Or if you're doing the lingerie stuff, you
Yep.
got to get that, and then the hotel room, the room service, and like this whole thing. It's like, why?
For somebody you've probably already screwed, 100
Yeah,
times. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it seems like it's more for females than dudes, and it's kind of like the dudes are stressing out trying to make sure like the day's passable, like there's the mitigating the amount of screw ups there can be, and he
Well, and
might he might get laid or not. It's up to the woman.
yep. And I used to work for Card Cage. Think of it as kind of like a Hallmark store. Um, and not only did we have Valentine's Day, but then Card Cage didn't create it, like society created it, Sweetest Day. So then there was another day that, God forbid, you didn't get your woman a card or a teddy bear or some shit, and she'd be all pissy because she didn't get some piece of junk. Or oh my God, those really just irritate me. Those made up holidays. Maybe it was different if people were buying me shit, but
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
think
That's the thing. If I maybe if I wasn't bitter and single, it'd be different. But I am, and I feel for my two friends who are married. I'm just kind of like, you're in it for life now. Like that's how
yep,
it is. You
yep,
gotta you gotta plan that shit for life. That's how it works.
yep. And tell them they got to remember Sweetest Day and Valentine's Day. And if there's children, you got Mother's Day. And yeah, you got to,
And her birthday 3 months or
yes,
whatever it is that.
birthday, Christmas. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
God, it's I don't know. It's just irritating to think about. It's like you like the year's over with. You have and you maybe have like let's say you have like for 15 days, you have half a month to kind of relax, and then you have to
Hmm.
like get the plans going for like a month in advance. This way, like you have everything kind of going. Like it just seems like a lot of work. Like you went through like the boss battle of like the holiday season, Christmas and like Thanksgiving. Like you did it.
Hmm.
You're
Yep.
done.
Yep.
You get to breathe for half a month, and then you have to kind of like neurotically think about all this shit. I mean, especially if you're in a relationship that's brand new,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
have to show up and do all the stuff and everything. Or even if you've been in it for years. I mean, I feel like on both ends of the spectrum, like you're fucked either way. Like if it's like 18 months in or like 6 months in, you're fucked either way, because you either have to show them you're going to be this good person for a long time, or if you're in the 18-month thing, you have to show them you show them you're reliable for a long time. So
Hmm.
like either way, you're screwed.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and oh, God. I'm glad
Man,
I don't have to worry about that stress. I just have to. That's just another day for me. Another day for me. So
at
it's good.
least not this year,
Oh
right?
God. Oh
Maybe
God.
next year. Maybe next year. But this would be a good thing for people to write in and tell us about, right? What are some of their
Oh
Valentine's
God, please,
stories?
please, if you have any Valentine's stories or anything related, please write us and tell us. We'd love to do if we'd love to do a whole episode
Uh-huh.
about Valentine's stuff.
Yep.
That would be great actually.
That would be fun. That would be
Yeah.
fun if we got everybody's stories.
Stories, tips, tricks,
Yep.
anything, breakups, you met somebody on Valentine's, just any stories at all would be wonderful. Just so we can kind of, go through them on the podcast. That'd be great.
Very good. Send those to ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
speaking of, I mean, not necessarily Valentine's Day, but that reminded me of some date stories, like just regular dates, first dates. Um, do you have any good dating stories? Any bad dating stories? I
Ah,
always like to start
God.
with you because it lets
I know.
gives me time to think.
I'm always on the chopping block. It's fine. I'm used to it. It's all right. It's good. It's good. It's good. There was one recently. Let's see. It happened. I want to say it happened last year. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it was last year. It was last year. Um, no, no, sorry, it was 2 years ago. No, it was definitely 2 years ago. Okay, it was definitely 2 years ago because I remember why it happened so quickly. Um, I matched with this girl in Atlanta. I was in Tennessee at the time. I matched with this girl in Atlanta, on Bumble.
Mhm.
Kind of cute, whatever. Um, but she was real aggressive.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not used to that. So like I was talking to her for about a day and a half, and she's like, we should go out. I'm like, okay, at least she's telling me, and like it says it there in fucking text. Fine,
Yeah.
I'll deal with that.
Yep.
She's like, we should go out, we should go out, we should go out. I'm just like, all right, cool, we'll go out. And I was like, I don't know you. I was like, I asked her like, if we cool, is it cool if we go for coffee? Because a coffee date, like dudes do the coffee date because we don't want to invest in the $200 fucking dinner date. This is why we do this. This is why we do this. Okay, it's nothing. It's it's nothing against women. It's one of those things where it's like we don't want to invest the time and effort it takes to do that date into somebody who's not worth our time and effort.
Damn.
That's how it breaks down. That's the truth.
Oh
That's
God.
the truth. So I asked her about that and she's like, "Yeah, I love coffee." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm in. Fine. I'll do this." Um so I was like, "Hey, I asked her, I was like, what area do you live in?" Because I didn't want to give her like fucking address or whatever. It's like, "What area of Atlanta do you live in?" She's like, "Oh, I live in Marietta." I was like, "All right, okay, cool." And then at this time I was still in Norcross. I was
Hmm.
on the other side. So I was like, all right, fine, cool. I'll find a coffee place near you. And we went to this place. There's this place called the Avalon, this like shopping, really upscale shopping center. There was a coffee place, like right next to this, like a little Italian bakery, or whatever. Real nice place. And I was like, okay, we'll meet there, like Friday afternoon, whatever.
Hmm.
Cool. We kept talking, whatever, this, that, and the other. Um, and met up. I was nervous. I got dressed. I shaved. I showered very vigorously. You know, I think I even got I even got a haircut a couple days before that as
Oh,
well. I was trying. I was trying.
yeah. Sounds like it.
I was trying. Got a nice polo on, my pants, shoes, and everything. I was looking good. Met the girl outside the restaurant. And talking all in line, getting coffee. We both ordered the same thing. And I was like, just asking where she's from, what's going on, what do you work? The usual shit. And she and then all of a sudden I try to pull out my card to pay, and she's like, no, and gives the guy her card, like once
Oh my
again quite
God.
quite aggressively. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
that's fine, that's cool. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to be the gentleman here and like pay for
Hmm.
at least a fucking coffee.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know it ain't a lot, but I'm trying to at least be a gentleman, and I was going to pay for the coffee. I was not going to do that. It's fucking coffee. It's fucking coffee.
It's not that $200 dinner.
Exactly. It's like even at Starbucks, the most it's like what, $20 for two coffees, or 25, whatever. It's not that much. It's fine. It's whatever. So I was like, all right, that's odd. So I sit down and talk and whatever, and we're just kind of chatting about stuff like that. And it's like I think this was 2020. This was like this is like the middle of 2021, and there were still, vaccines going out and pandemic was still kind of a
Mm-hmm.
thing and stuff. So it was a
Yep.
little, a little interesting. So I talked to her or whatever, and she's she's an Indian girl, but she's like she presented herself differently than what she actually was, which was a red
Okay.
flag.
Okay.
So she's like, "Oh, I was born in Atlanta. I've grown up here, this, that, and the other." And I was kind of like, "Oh, if you do, you should sound a certain way. Your accent shouldn't be there." But it was.
Mm.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm a programmer or whatever." Like that. I'm like, "Oh, you're a programmer." Once again, like this is kind of how this works with the Indian girls I've dated or the Indian girls I've met. If they're programmers, they're here on a visa, and they've only been in the States probably like minimum 5 years.
Okay.
So that's how I could tell a lot. I could tell a lot about this girl like really quickly. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so things you've told me are not. First of all, the things we've texted about and things we've talked about in our chat already are not true.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't correct the information that was on there that I looked at, and I mean, and I can tell I'm not a fucking moron.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're talking. We're there for a bit, and one thing I didn't know is like I didn't know how to end the date. I was like, I can't be like, okay, I'm going to go back to work. It's like, oh, I got to go pick up some groceries. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
thing. Is like, once we're at a point of like done conversating, I have no idea what my out is. Because like I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the girl, and we reach like a natural point of like ending the conversation, and I have no idea what my out excuse is. I have no fucking clue because I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I don't know what I should say. So I'm just like still pretending to sip my coffee that's been empty for 5 minutes now. It's like I
Oh,
and
God.
and 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 like I'm setting it down like there's weight to it and everything. Like there's something in there. It's fucking I'm sipping air, Erica. I'm sipping goddamn air.
Oh, God.
And
Oh,
and I have
shit.
no idea what my out
Was
is.
she
Like
talking? I
she was
mean,
still no. There was awkward silence at least like two times.
oh,
But it was one of those
God.
things where it's like I had no idea what my out should be. Should I be like, oh, okay, this was nice meeting you, and then like walk off, like, or it's like, ah,
Yeah.
I gotta go, return some videotapes. Like, what the fuck is my out here?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because like I kept trying to think of questions and trying to keep the conversation going and trying to keep, interesting, but like she wasn't. She was really fucking dull. She was super dull. Because I try once again, like I'm trying to keep it light and make jokes and be
uh,
funny and try and like she's not laughing at anything I'm saying. She
oh,
doesn't get the
God.
American jokes. I didn't want
Even though
to
she was born in Atlanta.
quote unquote born in Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, yeah, born in fucking Atlanta, India, or whatever. Shit, Jesus. So it was fucking weird, man. It was just so weird, and so I was like, well, I mean, it was nice talking to you. I guess we should head out. But yeah, let's do this again. I had a good time. This, that, and the other, same like all the fucking typical bullshit. And I go to take her coffee cup and throw it away, once again being a gentleman, and she like once again aggressively grabs mine, grabs the napkins off the table and throws them away.
Okay.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like this is not how this is done. Really fucking weird.
She wanted to show you she was a strong, independent woman.
And
Like,
by the way, that's a goddamn turnoff. Like, I don't care what society has told women. I don't care how fucking old you are. That is a goddamn turnoff.
oh,
That
God.
is 100% a turnoff. And she kept doing that. She did that shit 3 times during our little coffee date. And I was like, oh, fucking, I'm not dealing with this shit.
It's one thing to offer to pay, but not insist to be so aggressive about it. I mean,
And she was like, yeah, she was very, like, she was more aggressive than like she should be kind of thing. And
yeah.
it was off-putting. It really was.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't she was like loud and like oh, mine, like she didn't do that, but it was just kind of like her movements were really quick and like I'm gonna do this, like haha,
Oh,
I'm paying for coffee. I'm like, oh Jesus, man.
did you ever hear from her again?
Well, okay, I'll go into that too. Well, what happened is that I kept texting her, and she's like, "Oh, something's happened, and I have to go back to India and take care of something." I was like, "Oh, that sucks." She's like, "Oh, wait for me." I'm just like, sure.
Hmm. Wait for what?
Wait for what? Wait for you to be boring again? Good God. And so I didn't. I kept her phone in my. I kept her phone in my. In my. I kept her phone number in my phone just so in case she talk, connect to me. I just didn't say
Hmm.
anything. So after a while, I think she came back after like 8 months or some shit like that. Didn't text me while she was there, even though she could have. We could have gone to WhatsApp or whatever and done that whole thing. Didn't fucking do that. So clearly I wasn't that important. But yeah, once she gets back, she texts me like once she gets back after 8 months later, she texts me. She's like, "Oh, I'm back in the States," and I'm wondering like, who the fuck is this? And I just look at the fucking number and the name. I'm like, oh shit, oh, it's this girl. So I just don't respond. I just don't respond entirely. It's like I just don't care.
Oh God, that is hilarious.
Yeah. Like I know I shouldn't ghost her. I know I should be, like upfront, but like
No, she
the
was gone for 8 months. There, I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
oh Jesus,
Yeah, and
that
it was and like I even got a text from her this fucking New Year saying Happy New Year, and I was like, I'm not gonna respond
really?
to you. Yeah.
Oh, she wants
Yeah.
her an Indian husband in America.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, she wants a
Uh,
big white
uh,
elephant fucking wedding and everything. Jesus.
I can see that.
Ah,
That's what she's
God.
wanting.
Yeah, I'm yeah. I haven't responded to her. I think I think she like, and even when we were talking for those 3 or 4 days before we went on the date, I could see I could see on LinkedIn she had found me because whenever people see you on
Yeah,
LinkedIn, it
yeah.
shows up, and it fucking showed up her name and everything like that. And then she like she friended me on LinkedIn. I'm like, this is fucking awkward. You're friending the guy that you're talking to on Bumble on LinkedIn. Like, this is fucking weird.
Oh God, yeah.
So I
Well,
had to I had to like block her from LinkedIn as well, just so she wouldn't know what the
oh
fuck I was doing or if I
Jesus.
was still alive or not. Um, because I didn't want any like shit going on with my professional profile. I didn't want any
Oh
bullshit.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
but yeah, no, she texted me for New Year's. I'm just like, God damn it! Like, get a fucking clue.
It's been 2 years. Leave me alone.
Yeah, get a fucking clue, man. I'm not gonna talk to you again. It was weird.
Oh my God. Well, that
Yeah.
definitely sounds like the weirdest. Was there any other good ones?
No, I mean, I've tried to go on dates and once again like do the whole conversation thing, but it's just kind of like every time I get like once again like I hate using Bumble because
Yeah.
like women are like, oh, we need our own dating app, and you got it, and none of you know how to fucking text
Yeah,
anybody.
I've never even I don't never even seen
Never
it.
even seen
So,
it.
all right. Um yeah, I've never even seen it. I've never even seen it. But I have tried other dating apps. As a matter of fact, you talking made me think of two times I had gone out with somebody. Different guys, different guys. This was years and years ago. God, where did I meet the one guy? I think it was like match.com or
Oh
Cupid
wow, okay, yeah,
or
no.
Plenty of Fish. I think it was Plenty of
Ooh,
Fish.
plenty. Yeah, I used that one time, and I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, well, this guy, oh God. So bad thing is he was local from the town that I was in. Didn't know him. We graduated about the same time, but he went to a different school. So okay, I'll go out with him. He was a nice guy, owned his own business. He seemed very decent. And as we were driving to Fort Wayne, I had told him in the beginning, or we met in Fort Wayne. I had told him, well, for the first date, you're getting to know each other, just so you know, even though this is a dating app, I'm not one of those people that want to like jump into bed with somebody, make out with somebody. I just want to get to know you. I don't even really want to kiss you, right now. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, we go to this Mexican restaurant. We have this Mexican food. And
Bold choice for a first date.
I
Mexican's a bold
know.
choice.
Oh,
Mexican's a bold choice. Yeah.
it gets better because he drove me back to my vehicle and he insisted on giving me a kiss. Okay, fine. Even though I don't like, yeah, I wasn't even feeling a connection at this time, but um, basically, I didn't really want to kiss this stranger. And he proceeded to like mow my face and like all over and try to stick his fucking tongue down my
Oh
throat.
God.
And he had slobber all on my upper lip, all clear up to my fucking nostrils. And the whole way driving home, all I could smell was fucking nasty Mexican food. He had the worst fucking breath ever.
Oh my God.
And then to make it even worse, like I got a flat tire like a few days later because I was never going to talk to him again. I got a flat tire a few days later and I didn't have anybody else to call. So I called him to come help me
shit.
with the tire.
Yeah,
And he did.
Jeez. I would have paid on the spot or AAA right then and there, but like fuck this. I'm not calling my my previous date. Screw this. I'll pay for AAA right now or I'm walking 10 miles. Fuck it.
He's all married and happy now, so it's all good. But so there was that one, but then this one. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I got to think of everything that happened with this one guy. It actually wasn't meeting him online. He saw me at work. So we did the same kind of work. He said he saw me walking through the hospital and he said, I'll talk to anybody about my job, especially because I'm a consultant. We're always networking, things like that. Well, he had messaged me. He had sent me a text and he said, hey, I'm in town. Do you want to meet up later and talk about work? Sure. So I asked my friend Tracy if she wanted to go eat with me at TGI Fridays and meet with this guy and talk about work, right?
Oh shit.
And I'm like, okay. And so he shows up. So Tracy and I are sitting there and he was late and I'm hungry. So fucking Tracy and I ordered food. I mean, I'm just like eating with my girlfriend and this dude from work is going to come and we're going to talk about, some work things. He's going to share some tips about being a consultant. Well, he shows up and he just kind of stands there and he's like, "Oh, you already ordered?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, this is my friend Tracy, go ahead and have a seat," and introducing them. I thought maybe they would like each other. And he goes, well, I kind of thought this was a date. And I was like, date? I didn't think this was a date. First of all, you text me and say, let's talk about work. That's not a date to me, but okay, we're already here. And the dude, all he did was talk about himself. That's it. Just talk about himself, what a wonderful person he is, and all this great and awesome stuff he's ever fucking done. And
I saved a bus full of kids, lady. All right.
Oh my God. Even the local police department will call and ask me for some my advice and stuff like. I mean,
Jesus.
just the most arrogant. I mean, he was fucking arrogant. All he ever did this whole time. So Tracy and I are sitting there eating, just kind of looking at each other, right? And he then gets up and he's like, well, I do want to take you out on a date. He goes, how about we meet tomorrow? And I was like, all right, that's fine. I said, I think I can't remember where we went, but we'll go out tomorrow. That's fine. So he left. And as soon as he left, Tracy's like, Erica, do not go out with him. I have never heard anybody talk so much about themselves. She's like, that's the kind of guy that scares me because all they do is think about themselves. And I'm like, well, I've already told this dude that I'm going to go out with him. And he is consulting, doing the same thing I am. So I'm trying to keep this friendship, right?
Yeah.
So the next day, and we're chatting a little bit at dinner. We went to dinner and I was telling him, yeah, I don't really date. I said, look, if I do go out with somebody, I am not the kind of person that needs to see somebody every day. As a matter of fact, I could care less about talking to somebody every day. I got too much. I'm serious. I got too much going on. I gave my whole spiel about, I don't really get into, like sex on the first date, things like that. All right, fine. Well, then we went to this, oh God, it's like a Pages Crossing. They have like arcade games and bowling and laser tag, that kind of place.
Yeah. It's like like a Dave and Buster's or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to that kind of place and we were playing some video games and I'm standing there and I remember this clearly. I'm just standing there and he walks up behind me and starts kissing my fucking neck. And I'm just so grossed out. I'm like, I don't know this fucking dude. Who the fuck does he think he is? One date to walk up and start kissing my neck. But okay, fine. Haha, oh yeah. Oh no, let's and it's like 9:30, not quite 10 o'clock. And he's like, oh, do you want to do something else? Let's go see a movie. I just love spending time with you. And we get in the car and start driving. And the more he's talking, the more I'm like, I cannot spend another second with this guy. He was telling me that he used to weigh a lot and he got like gastric bypass. He lost a bunch of weight. And he goes, yeah, the first time I saw you, he goes, I don't know why I want you so much. I'm used to dating petite women.
Oh,
Fuck you. I'm just like,
God, he's a winner. He's a fucking
wow.
winner.
I'm like, wow, okay. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. I got my babysitter. Well, can't you see if they can keep your son longer? I'm like, no, I got my babysitter. I got to get home. My babysitter was my fucking older son. I'm like, nah. I just cannot stand this guy. So he takes me back to my vehicle. And then, of course, he's another one that insists on kissing me and sticking his fucking tongue down my throat like he's trying to fuck my throat. And I don't know why. I don't like that. First of all, I don't know you. Second of all, that is not passionate kissing to me. Yeah, it was just so fucking disgusting. But I figured if I can get out of his vehicle, just fucking ignore him. And then that'll be it. I did the date that he wanted. I didn't realize it was a date in the first place, but I did the date. Next fucking day, I get a text from him. It was so great seeing you last night. I got to leave town because I got to go back on this project, but it would be just so great if I could see you again before I leave. And I'm like, I told you last night I have no desire to see anybody like every day. I just fucking saw you last night. There's really no need. So, okay, fine. He goes out of town. Well, a week or two pass, and the guy tried to call me, tried to text me, and I just fucking ignored him. I just fucking ghosted this dude, right?
Yeah. And I mean, even then, like I've learned there's you do the two texts. You do the one day of, and you wait. What I do anyways is wait 24 hours to do the next one. If you get no answer on the second text of the 24 hours afterwards, she doesn't fucking want to talk to you.
Yep.
Yeah, you check that off like as like whatever. Like just want to talk to you on to the next one.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Finally, because this was like almost a month later, right? I had not seen this guy at all, talked to this guy at all. And it was like 6 times in a row. Just please give me a call back. I need to talk to you. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So I'm walking into the grocery store, going to get some groceries, and he's talking to me. He's like, well, I just wanted to let you know that on this project, I did meet somebody that I think I would like to go out and take out on a date. And I'm like, that's great. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. And he goes, well, you're not mad? And I'm like, why would I be mad? We went out once, but I thought we had a connection. Like,
oh man.
No, you go ahead, you enjoy your fucking date, right? So I thought I was done with this guy. I thought I was fucking done with him. It was like, oh God, a year or so later, I was on a project in Texas, and there was a couple girls that were there from my old hospital in Indiana. And would you know it, this guy was there, and he sends me a text message, and he goes, hey, you're on this project too. Let's do something tonight. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm busy. And he goes, come on, where else are you going to travel and actually get to hang out with somebody from your old hometown? I said, actually, Julie and Beth are here too, so I'm going to hang out with them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, worst fucking nightmare ever. He's still on my Facebook. He's probably going to listen to this podcast. He's so arrogant, he probably won't even realize I'm talking about him. So But yeah, that was probably one of the worst dates I have ever had. It was terrible. Fucking gnawing on my neck, insults me, basically tells me I'm fat, but he still likes me. Yeah. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on a date where the girl was like heavily interested in me. I've always been the distraction. It's like, all right, wedge this, talk to this girl and get away from her other two friends. I'm like, got it. Like that's always been my role. But yeah, never
Oh,
never been a date where a
God.
girl's been like intensely into me. That'd be fucking weird. I'd be weirded out.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was just fucking psycho. I've never, I mean, I'm trying to think if I've ever acted like that. And then to call me like over and over and over, I thought we had a connection. What connection? Oh, good God.
Yeah, it's weird how like people will assume that. I've had a couple of friends do that. I'm just like, are you blind? Are
Yeah.
you okay? Are you mentally ill?
Mm,
Because that shit
mm,
didn't work out. I'm
mm.
sorry, but like you're way the fuck off, buddy. Like just ease back, on to the next one, man. Don't worry about it. You're not missing anything with her. Just on to the next one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and maybe that's another reason why I'm afraid to start dating again. Look at all these bad dating stories. I'm just like, what the fuck? And now everybody, it's always online, which we've talked before about the two guys last year that I thought might be interested in me and they fucking ghosted me. Never did hear from either one of them. Maybe they realized how nuts I am.
Uh
Oh
but
well.
yeah. I don't know. It's the whole dating scene now is up in the air, and it's hard to, and like once again being a dude, it's hard to read females because like
Yep.
either you want to be strong independent women and tell us to fuck off, or you want us to pursue you, and we don't know which one's what, so we're just kind of like we're just gonna stay on the sidelines. When you figure your shit out, you come and actually just verbally tell us, and we'll act accordingly, because we're not gonna take any social cues or any other bullshit like that. It's like you tell us with your words, and then we'll move from there.
Yeah, I do that. I say with my words, but it's like they think I'm fucking joking. I was dating this one guy and I gave him a key to my house for when I'm not there and needed something repaired. It was not an open invitation to come over to my fucking house every time you fucking felt like it. And I remember coming home from work one time. I like seriously mean it when I say I do not need somebody there every day. And I was so livid because him and I had made plans for dinner. I said, when I get home, I will let you know I'm home and we'll go somewhere. I get home and he's fucking sitting on my couch. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Well, you said we were going to go out tonight. And I just figured I'd wait for you. So how'd you get in my house? Well, you gave me a key. I gave you a key for when I'm not here and to fix shit. All right. And I'm tired. I got to take a shit. I'm like, worked all fucking day. And I'm like, what the fuck? This guy just pisses me off.
Oh, man.
I'm like, can't I just come to my own fucking house and relax for 5 minutes? Oh my God. And he did that to me more than once. I'd be fucking sound asleep.
What?
I'd be sound, I kid you not. I'd be sound asleep. Like him and I would take the kids somewhere and I'd be a little, I'm like, you know what? We just spent a few days together with our kids. I need some space. You go stay at your place. I'll stay at mine. Be sound fucking asleep. He's supposed to be at work at like 6 a.m. 5:30 or some shit like that. His ass tries crawling in bed with me. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Well, I was just afraid if I didn't see you that it would be over. Motherfucker, you wake me up like an hour before I need to be woke up.
Oh.
That shit is going to make it be over because that does not make me happy crawling into my bed when I'm sound asleep and not expecting somebody to be fucking crawling in my bed.
Yeah, that's got to be terrifying.
Oh my God, that just reminded me of another one. So, so I went out. The first hospital I worked at, there was these two young 20-year-olds, right? These two young guys. And they were so much fun. They were fun, they were partying, but they were young, they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And I was in my 30s, probably mid to late 30s at the time. But couple of them came down and we fucking partied, right? Well, the one left and went home. The other one's like, he's too drunk to drive. Well, I said, okay, that's fine. I live in a different city than he does. You can sleep on the couch. So my older son was there, my older son's friend, my younger son, we got a house full of people. I'm like, this dude can sleep on the couch. Ain't no problem. So I gave him like a blanket and that. And the first thing he tried to do was grab my hand and tried to gently, it wasn't harsh, it was gently, pull me down on the couch. Like, I don't know, like a seductive, like, oh, I'm going to pull you on top of me. I'm like, this is my fucking living room and my kids are all in the house. And I could be like this guy's mother. So no, no, no. Aha, you're drunk. And I cover him up. I go to fucking bed, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, this dude is crawling in my bed. Fucking crawling in my bed. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So I'll let you have the bed. And of course, I'm fucking drunk too. I go stumbling upstairs where I'm like, okay, so I guess I'll sleep on the floor in the bathroom upstairs because I can't sleep on the couch. His ass will come out and try to crawl into bed with me there. So I go upstairs. Well, my son and his friend heard me go into the bathroom upstairs. And I told them, I was like, these kids were like 15 at the time. And I was like, yeah, that motherfucker dude tried to crawl into my bed. So I'm like, just let me pass out on the floor here. If you hear him come up the stairs, let me know. I woke up the next morning and the kids had put a butcher knife next to me on the bathroom floor. He didn't try to come upstairs. And the next morning he went home and we went back to work and I thought everything was all fine and dandy until he evidently told the other young guy that something happened between us because then this other young guy was all pissy to me at work till I was like, look, I wouldn't fuck either one of you. Like I could be either one of your mothers. I don't know what you're talking about here. I mean,
well, I mean, they're in their 20s, and having the older woman thing is that's a thing. That's a thing.
I guess, but yeah, no, not for me. Not for me. There was one guy that I look back and I do kind of regret it. If I hadn't known his age, it would have been different. It was my 40th birthday. Went out to the bar for my 40th birthday and I was having a hell of a time. So much fun. There was this guy there. And of course, I like the big guys. He was tall. He was brawny. He was telling me how he worked in the oil fields. So he would go out to I know. So he would go out to North Dakota and shit like that. And for several months and, make a fuck ton of money and come back. And he just happened to be back home, gave my number, and he messaged me a couple times. And I don't know why I always ask age, but I do. And I realized how much younger he was. He was like 25 and I had turned 40. And he told me, he's like, well, age doesn't matter. He goes, my job will make me die young. He's like, it'll make me age. And he asked if I wanted to go do something. I said, well, I could probably get a group of girls together and we could meet up at the bar. And he goes, no, I'm asking you to go out with me. And I'm like, oh,
Macy's direct.
And I couldn't get past the age. And that's sad. He's the only one that I thought, wow, but he was a lot younger than me. All I could think
at least he was direct with you.
Yeah.
Told you his age, was like, yo, you and me in a date. We're not doing this group shit. Yep. But no, I mean, if that's your preference, I mean, that's your preference.
Well, so. I always try to think. I think of it from this perspective, and I shouldn't because not everybody wants kids. anybody I date better be done with kids. There are no more kids. So if I was to, because again, I don't just fuck around, and if I was to hang out with somebody in a group, hell yeah, we can hang out and have fun. We'll have a kick ass time. But if you are interested in dating that could lead to some kind of relationship, then I'm very observant about that age, because 25, someday he might want to get married, have kids, and that's not something that's going to come with me. So why waste my time? Why waste his time? Why get attached? Although some people are like, you could just have fun, But
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, he's the only one that I thought, my God, if he had not told me his age, because he didn't look that young, he didn't
And
act that young.
well, I mean, yeah, those guys, like, they get paid a fuck ton for a reason. It's one of those things that's like they get paid because of, it's a dangerous job. Like that oil rig could blow up and they're dead. They,
Yep.
they could fall off and fall into the ocean and drown, or if it's cold, they'll hypothermia and die. Like it's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, shit. And he's the only one I was like, damn, I wish I would have went out with him. Could have been the man of my dreams, No, I get held up on that fucking age. But see, I'm the same way. I don't know that I could date a guy that was like in his 80s, That's, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Probably depends on who he looks like. I mean, I've seen some actors that are in their 70s and 80s, and I'd still do them.
Yeah. Some of them now, and I'm just like, how old are you? What the fuck? Like,
Yep.
what are you eating? Like, what's happening there? What are you just? Is it just green juice every day, all day? Like, what's happening here? What's going
Yep.
on?
Yep.
Jeez.
Absolutely.
Now I do know
Absolutely.
I do know two friends of mine who are actors who are in their 40s, and they don't look a fucking day over 35.
No
It's
shit.
crazy. But I attribute it to them smoking weed. And
They have no stress.
yeah, and I think that's what it is because of them being kind of like no stress and that relaxing them, whatever, like they don't have it. And I've noticed that with some other people as well, people who are not really like unmotivated, but who constantly smoke, and who constantly use it as to kind of relax and not be stressful. They look way younger. Like one of my friends is 45, and he like he told me his age on his birthday, and I was like, I'm fucking sorry. How old are you? He's like, yeah. He told me like real close. He's like, yeah, man, I'm 45. I'm like, dude, you look 30. You look younger than I do, motherfucker. He's like,
Yep.
he's like, I take care of myself. I'm like, good for you. Quit showing off. Because like I couldn't believe it either, because I thought we were the same age or something. He's like, no, man, I'm this old. I'm like, the fuck, man.
Shit, it makes me want to smoke weed.
Yeah, because like I mean, and like
Oh.
because like whenever I'm around him, he's always offering, and he's nice about. He doesn't give me shit if I say no or whatever. But he's always doing it. He's always got his vape or his joints or whatever, his pipe or whatever, and he's always smoking. And it's funny because I'm just like, yeah, I guess that's the secret, is kind of like use that to like de-stress and not have any problems, and that's what it is. Because it's yeah, dude, it's and the two actors I know you've worked with for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you've worked with them, or you at least know them through Facebook for sure.
Oh, now you'll have to tell me who it is.
I will. I'll tell you. I won't. I
Yeah,
won't.
yeah.
I won't out them. I won't out them on the podcast because they're cool people. I do like them, but I will tell you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. But yeah, those are some of my dating stories. I can't wait to hear. I hope people write in about their dating stories. Next time though, if I remember, sometimes I say we'll talk about something and then I decide to change it up. But because we've been doing this podcast and I did open mic, a lot of my friends will come to me and tell me all kinds of fucking stories. And they're like, you can use this. You can use this. You could use this in your stand up, Erica. And I'm like, well, you can do it. And they're like, no, it's funnier when you do it. So I'm going to have to tell some stories that have been shared with me. from my friends.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I don't have a problem with public speaking at all. Like I don't have that.
I never did either.
Yeah, I don't have that fear of it. I just don't like that's not something I, like getting up on a stage and being in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me a second to get going for the initial bit, but like once I get going, I'm fine. Um I'm not gonna pee my pants or whatever. It's just, different. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm right with it. I wouldn't do an open mic because I have to have something prepared and kind of memorized to, be funny with, but I could not do an open mic. That's those people who can do that are braver than I am. That's yeah, because I
Well,
would just be,
there's
yeah, I would just ramble on. Like I wouldn't have nothing to really say.
oh yeah, see that's my problem. I talk real life. And what do they call that? Because there's different comedic styles, and I've never thought of myself as having a style. I just get up and talk about life. But some people do, like they have a set joke. When I did open mic just recently, they had some of the open mic comedians sitting there waiting to go on, and they had their little notebooks out and they were writing,
Yeah.
writing their little jokes down. I just have a couple drinks and get up there and start talking. The bad thing is I got to watch my time because like you said, I could ramble forever.
hmm
Um, yeah, yeah. So
Do
I
they?
have to
I
watch
mean,
my time.
I assume they have a clock on stage or something, right?
Well, they have a light. I didn't know where it was. And of course, even if I did, I probably wouldn't pay attention. So after I did my little 4 minutes, I went over by a little over a minute. And then the MC came up and he reminded everyone what the rules of open mic were
Yeah, they're
that you
very.
get 4 minutes and then the light. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know with a lot of clubs like that, they're very, very serious and very strict about their open mic standards and the practices. Yeah, because like they don't want anybody like having an advantage or
Yep.
having extra time or whatever. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's I mean, and like, it's good for clubs to take that seriously because they want to be a comedy club. It's tough doing that in any city. And so they want to, be the ones who had the first person,
Mm-hmm.
a new Chris Rock or a new Dave
Yep.
Chappelle or anybody else. They want to have that first person in their club and have it be their thing.
Yep. Speaking of, Jamie Kennedy is going to Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, and I won't be there. I'll be gone.
Oh,
I'm like, motherfucker, I'm the one that told him about Summit City Comedy Club. I sent him a link for the club, and I said, you
oh
need to
shit.
have your manager get a hold of them. And he wrote me back and was like, he goes, yeah, that looks really good. And now he's going to fucking be there, and I won't even be in town.
The
Asshole.
the endless pursuit of Jamie Kennedy continues.
Someday
Yes.
I will.
One of these days it'll go down, hopefully.
Probably when he starts seeing my name everywhere because these fucking movies are going to start coming out.
That's true.
And
That's
he'll
true.
be like, hey, Erica Dyer, is that psycho that keeps messaging me? I think I
I
recognize
am
that
gonna
name.
actually one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make stickers with QR codes on them for the podcast, so I can put them
Oh,
in
nice.
various places, like on Applebee's tables and on toilet seats and in front of urinals, things like that. Everybody can see them.
Awesome. Oh my God, that is
Um,
so fucking awesome.
this way people can scan the QR code and immediately get to one of the episodes. So
Oh my God, urinals. That is like me in a nutshell right there. You can find Erica by scanning this fucking urinal. Yeah. I like that.
yeah, I'll buy a few. I'll buy a couple hundred of those stickers or whatever,
Oh
and have them
God.
with me at all times. This way, like I can stick them somewhere. You don't know where, but you'll see it.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, this way,
Eh,
whenever I travel as well too, they'll be somewhere
yes.
in some other city.
Yes. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That will be awesome.
Yeah,
That will be awesome. I cannot wait.
yeah,
And on that note, I think that is all for today.
yeah. That's it. Hopefully, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's my only wish. The Chiefs win. That's it.
Oh, I don't know who my son's gonna want to win. He'll be watching it probably on his phone. I think he works. The one son, the other son could care less.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but no, that's like, yeah, that's my that's the the world class bullshitters team is the Chiefs. So that's who we're going for. That's
Nice.
who we're hoping wins. So
All right. Who are they playing against?
the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes down. We'll see how the refs call it and see what kind of bullshit happens. So that's always fun for those Super Bowls. So, and I'm very happy Tom Brady's not fucking involved. So that's good. Jeez.
Oh my God. You know what I think is so fucking funny about Tom Brady? So him and Giselle got divorced because he refused to give up football. Their divorce is final, and now he's like, I think I will retire.
He
I'm
may
like,
have he may have done that as a fuck you to her as well.
yeah, I think he probably did. I
Yeah.
mean, because and then I think it was a big fuck you because as soon as their divorce was in the works, she started hanging out with that jujitsu
Yep.
instructor or whatever.
Yep.
And it was very public, them going out. So Tom Brady, played his games and their divorce was final. And now he's retiring to focus on his children.
Oh wow.
That is what he said. Yes.
So here's the fucked up thing. That makes him look better than her.
Well, he ain't stupid.
Man. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna concentrate on my kids as opposed to Giselle, who's concentrating on jujitsu guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. He's out there everywhere with her. You don't do that to your fucking kids. If you get divorced, that's fine. But my God, it hasn't even been a year. I think it's only been a couple months since their
Yeah.
divorce was
Yeah.
final, and she's already running around with this guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like you don't date people who are into that industry, like modeling or like actors and
Mm-hmm.
actresses and shit like that. You fucking stay from those people, man. I know I have friends who are actors and actresses, all around the area,
Mm-hmm.
and they are weird, terrible fucking people. And they will like, and like oh my god, some of them have done terrible, terrible shit, but they're like, oh man, and they're kind of dumb and they don't fucking get it, and it's just fucking weird. I swear to God, they're they're
Mm-mm-mm.
they're they're a strange breed. They really are.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think that's it for this episode. I think we're good.
All right, sounds good. Next time we will share stories from friends and I don't know, maybe where's the oddest place you've ever had sex? So think about it. And if you guys have an answer for us, ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.